Hi there, this is Bridget from the PlannerSpeechie. Welcome to the channel. Today I am going to be doing a memory keeping spread for June 24th through the 30th in my Sadie Stickers vertical planner. I'm going to be using this really pretty kit from PinkPlannerShop. I believe the art was done by Kittenish Jess. So this is called NYC, and this just came out, I think, a couple weeks ago. So I was really looking for some good New York City art, and I gotta tell you, there's not a lot out there that isn't super cheesy. This is a little on the cheesy side, but is perfect for people who are visiting New York. I think she captured the essence of New York that people get from it really, really well. I'm from there, so I have like a different feeling about it, but I will just go through this. I also like that the colors are light and bright and really easy to see. This area, I'll just tell you, this area is Dumbo. Um, and this is where I grew up when I was younger. So it looks very, very different now. Now it's very fancy, extra uber fancy, with lots of restaurants, and there's a carousel over here. But yeah, and these buildings like did not exist when I was growing up. So that's kind of neat to see that. So this comes with a lot of good stuff. This is my favorite of all the full boxes. I love the pizza spread. No, we don't offer pizza up to the gods, because if we did, a pigeon would poop on it and we wouldn't be able to eat it. But that's pretty much, or like something would attack it. So I thought this was really pretty. So we have some really nice color blocking here. The designs are interesting. So this one has like tiny little hands. I don't know if you can see that. And then this one has what looks like a Calder sort of sculpture. And then these are just like marbled paint splotchy ones. Lots of flags in these kits, which I really appreciate, especially these smaller size ones. The deco is really cute. I really like the pigeon. I just found out they're adding a ginormous pigeon to the High Line. I might have to go find a photo and link it down below because it looks so bizarre to me. But that cracks me up. And yeah, the I Heart NY gifts, no. But I really liked this scene. I thought this was really cute. So yeah, so I think there were more pages with this kit. I didn't print them all. There were more fashion girls. I didn't print them all. Like, she's the best one. I'll be honest, that's the best looking one. So then a friend of mine, I'm going to shout out my friend Amanda, who I used to work with, gave this to me, I think as a birthday gift, or like something like that. And it's just like funky little New York stickers. My favorites are these buildings, the Brooklyn Bridge. I like all the lights. This is Washington Square Park. You know, cheeky Broadway things. Leaving New York. Ah, so sad. Yeah, I just thought this was kind of fun. So I wanted to maybe incorporate some of these into my spread. And I wasn't going to do any foil. Like, I was like, you know what? I can take a break from the foil. I did foil for everything. And then I thought, you know what? Why not? So I'm decided to do rose gold with this because I think it's going to look really pretty. So I'm going to use these date dots from Charlotte's Paper Company. This was part of an Oops packet that I got. It's just rose gold. So I can use these like funky headers and then these really pretty little icons. And then I just pulled some like cute little art from Sadie Stickers here. So I think this is going to be really fun. I'm not going to do any extenders or anything like that. I'm just going to use the art that I like and go from there. So I'm going to speed things up and come back in a voiceover. Oh, hi guys, welcome back. So I'm really, really excited to showcase this brand new kit from PinkPlannerShop. This art was done by Kittenish Jess, I believe. And lots of shops decided to carry this one. It was really, really gorgeous. And I had a hard time sort of deciding how to order it, if I wanted to order it pre-made. but I decided to get it from the printer shop because A, it was cheaper, and B, I wanted to use it for this particular week, and I was worried that if I ordered it, it wouldn't come in time for me to film it, which was silly because clearly I didn't have to film it until August. But I decided to use rose gold with this spread. I thought the colors just matched so perfectly with the pastel blues and pinks and that gorgeous teal green, and I'm really proud of the color scheme. I think it came out really well. Yeah, so this art, I mean, I really did scour the planner community for really good NYC art. And there's a couple of different kits that pop up a lot when you do Google New York art. One day, if I'm ever creative enough, I would love to like order a custom for like Brooklyn, specifically Brooklyn, because it's very different from the rest of New York City and it has its own vibe. I feel like when people think New York, they think of mostly the touristy areas, which is fine. But oh, I love that pizza slice. It's so good. And I did the double tap because I finished that whole sticker sheet. Woohoo! So yeah, this was kind of, I'm really glad I found this art because I think it's cute. It doesn't really remind me of my trip specifically because it's a little touristy, but I like the incorporation of the streetlights and the pigeons. I thought the pizza was excellent. I liked that they included my backyard, the Brooklyn Bridge Park. So I actually grew up in what is now called Dumbo, but in the 80s and 90s, this was not a place that anyone wanted to live on purpose. My father's a carpenter, and his wood shop was based in one of these lofts in Dumbo. Now, of course, that whole warehouse has been refurbished and has been reconstructed so that the inside is lots of chopped up little apartments where people pay like 5 times the rent of anything my parents ever paid. It was a really crazy experience. I'm working on a memoir about what it was like to grow up there, and I'm still writing it. I started writing it in college and I haven't really stopped. But it's such a cool place, and it's so different now than when I was growing up there. But one of the reasons I really liked this planner kit was because it showcased that park. The skyline looks nothing like it did when I was there. I mean, when I tell you that this park was nothing, like there were wild dogs that would just run through the neighborhood. This was a place where people used it like as a garbage space. I'm pretty sure the mafia would do exchanges there and stuff. Like it was a very shady place to live and grow up. I was not allowed to like play in the street. I did not play stickball or handball in the street. I did not have a stoop really. So all of the things you think about New York, like, were just not true for me. But we did have this incredible community of people who lived inside the building because it was all artists and their families and their kids. And it was just like this special little family that we got to create together. And, Friday night pizza night was a big thing. Everyone in the building would come together and all the kids would play, and we'd have pizza, we'd watch The Simpsons, and we'd have Halloween parties and celebrate birthdays and accomplishments, and it was just like such a family community space. Oh, I miss it so much. But yeah, everyone has moved on except for one incredible family that still lives in Dumbo, and shout out to Ed Rath. Go check out his art. It's incredible. And in fact, I will link it in this description so you can see just what I'm talking about. So anyway, this trip was kind of interesting because we knew we were going to go to New York this summer to visit our family. We just didn't think it was going to be in June. And then my doctor was like, I need you to be in North Carolina for this entire month. And we were like, oh, okay, well then I guess we have to go at the end of June and into July. So we ended up flying out. Oh, see, there's the Brooklyn Bridge. So gorgeous. And those buildings behind it, like those Silvery buildings, were not there when I was a kid. And then of course the Twin Towers were there. But anyway, so I digress. We ended up going on this trip kind of like we decided we were going to go, and we bought our tickets like within a couple of days of deciding we were going to go, and Oh, that fashion girl looks so good. Um, so it was really kind of tough to figure out um, what we were going to be able to do. And so I very, very quickly just galvanized like a few different things I could do with really close friends who I knew were going to be in New York at the time. Lots of people travel during the summer, so New York, parts of New York are dead, and that sounds strange, but it's true. Like, there are parts of New York where, like, you can get parking and you can go and there won't be a long line because people have gone elsewhere. So this just happened to be one of those weeks. It was like right before the 4th of July. So a lot of my friends were going to be out of town the following week for the 4th of July. So I caught them right before they left, and I was really excited to do that. I really like all the little playbills that were included. I thought that was a great detail. So I tried to use as many of them as I could, and I thought that was really cute. And I just cut off the top so that it would look more cohesive. But yeah, so this was really, really fun, especially this week. This was the week where I got to do the most things with friends. So let's see. It just looks so good. And then I was trying to figure out like which rose gold pieces I wanted to add to it. There were so many fun little things. I ended up not using any of the lanterns because I didn't have a good place to put them. I did use this really pretty sparkle on top of the Brooklyn Bridge wire just to make it shimmer a little bit more. It's such a good, awesome detail. Okay, so I apologize in advance because I cut off a little bit of the top of Monday, but I will talk about it. I was tracking walking 10K steps a day. I got pretty close, but I do, I miss the walking. I just don't walk as much anymore. We drive everywhere, and then I'm in a building, and then I go to another building, and I drive to that building. So the walking aspect of my life has really dissipated, and so it was nice to be able to come back to that. I had these really great New York themed sticker sheets that a friend had given me a long time ago because she knew I loved planning, and so I decided this was the perfect week to finally use them. It's a really cute little taxi cab. I think I took one yellow taxi while I was in New York. Usually I walk, I take the subway, I take the bus, and if all else fails, I take an Uber. But if you can take a yellow taxi, take one, because the taxi drivers buy the medallions, which allows them to be a taxi driver, and they're very expensive, and it's important to support them. But anyway, so on Monday, I had breakfast with my mother-in-law and my husband because we were in Bensonhurst, and then my parents live on the other side of Brooklyn, so I took a train and I went up to meet them, and we hung out at home. We had the sushi leftovers that we had from Saturday, which I guess is kind of gross, but they were delicious, so who cares? And then I took my mom to Wegmans. She loves Wegmans. My dad went to work, and I took her grocery shopping. On Monday night, I had dinner with my bestie Lynette at Pasta Eater, where they made pasta out of a cheese wheel. It was so good. We decided to go to Max Brenner afterwards because I hadn't been to Max Brenner probably since college. Oh, it's so good. I bought hug mugs for us. I love it. It's a great place. You should definitely go there. And then we went to Barnes & Noble afterwards. We were going to go to Strand, but Strand was actually closed. I was surprised. I didn't think they closed that early, but that's a little Union Square sticker from that New York set. So on Tuesday, and again, at this point, I was staying with my parents. My husband was staying with his parents, and so we didn't really see each other a lot this week because he was working and I was just trying to catch up with my family. So I used a Crafty Bananas sticker to mark that I had breakfast with my parents. My mom's name is Kathy. I placed an Amazon fresh food order for my parents because they don't use it, and I wanted to show them like how easy it was to order stuff in case they don't want to go out or they don't have time to do it. And they really loved it, and I think I sort of half convinced my parents. And then we just kind of watched TV together. My parents are these people who love to watch the news. They constantly have the news on, and so I was a little bit like, oh, I don't really want to watch the news, so I like cleaned their living room instead. And then later this night, I went out with my friend Karen and her husband and her daughter. We went to this really cute Guatemalan restaurant in their neighborhood. They're actually moving out of Brooklyn and moving to the Bronx because they bought an apartment. Woohoo! So this was really fun to go out with them. It was like a last little Brooklyn hurrah, even though I know they're going to come back to Brooklyn and visit and stuff. But so we went to this little Guatemalan place, and then my friend's husband took her daughter home, and she got to stay out with me, and we went to this really cute place called the Ruth Bar, and that was really fun. We had a great time together. So yay. And that is a Chic Blossom Pritz sticker. It was in silver, but I decided, you know what, it looks really good with this kit, so I'm going to do it. So I had morning at home with my dad. My mom was kind of sleeping in, so we decided to just kind of hang out. I made them lunch. We watched some really weird, like, Wes Anderson movies on Netflix. If you haven't seen those yet, you should really check those out. I did play Scrabble with my dad, and he did beat me. We're pretty aggressive Scrabble players in my family, so it was really fun to play my dad, even though I lost. And then, what did I use that to mark? Oh. I walked my dad to the train to go to work. So it was like a very daddy-daughter morning. And then I'm trying to remember what I did, because I don't have my planner right in front of me. Okay, that looks like a cute little dining sticker. What did I do? Where did we go? Oh, I want to switch things out. Oh yeah, I think... Oh, so this is when I went to meet my friend Chloe and her husband Luis, and then their daughter Ada, who I'd never met. She's gorgeous. I went out to dinner just with my friend Chloe, and then it was fantastic. We had the most delicious dumplings. They were so beautiful. They were like the most gorgeous things I've ever consumed, and they were delicious, and I felt guilty eating them. But that was at Nua Inn. And then I went home, and I could not fall asleep. I don't think I fell asleep until after 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why. It was not a result of partying or doing anything super fun. So I guess I just put a salad. I don't know why I used a salad sticker there. But anyway. Come on, Bridge. Don't hide the planner good. Don't hide the planner goodies. Okay, there we go. Okay, so on Thursday, my mom bought tickets to this show that I've been dying to see called Suffs. I will get into that next week. Someone I went to college with is actually in the show. Shout out to Kim Blank. So I was just really, really excited to see that. People think when you live in New York, oh, you must go to Broadway shows all the time. No, we don't. They're crazy expensive. So this was like a real treat, and I loved it. I watched a lot of YouTube. I'm not sure exactly what I was watching. I did play Scrabble with my dad again. So this was Thursday night. Oh, okay. So I went with my mom to the library. We walked over to Brooklyn Heights, and we had a little shopping excursion together. So we went to the library. It was very hot. We had to stop and rest a couple of times. We went to get some coffee. I introduced her to the cold brew with the cold foam, which was really, really good. And we went to this consignment shop called Housing Works, and my mom bought some cute stuff. And then I don't put the sticker here. I kind of messed up. I fixed it later. But this was the night of the presidential debate between Trump and Biden. And it was very, very intense and very scary for me. I'm a Democrat. If you want to downvote me for that, that's fine. Cat ladies for Kamala. But anyway, yeah, so my mother and I were both like, oh no, just because of the performance. And things like spiraled out of control so quickly. So I knew this was going to be a rough rest of the week news-wise, and for my parents who like put the news on all the time, this was just going to be tough. So I did try and sleep in on Friday. I don't think I did a great job. My mom was not feeling well, which was kind of a bummer because we were supposed to go to my favorite bar in New York City, the Sunken Harbor Club, and we were going to go with her best friend from high school, or really elementary school, and unfortunately we could not go because she wasn't feeling well. But we were going to go to the Broadway show next week, so that was like the next big thing we were going to do with her. So I knew I was going to see her. So I decided to go to my favorite place in Brooklyn, Sahadi's on Atlantic Avenue. Best food in the world. I went to Trader Joe's for my mom and got these incredible root beer float pops. They were so good, along with a bunch of other things. I got an Italian ice for myself at my little pizzeria on Court Street. Italian ice is so good. And then we went home and we ate more ice cream. So this was like a very ice cream day. It was just very ice cream forward, very Brooklyn day. And I didn't have plans to go out because I thought I was going out with my mom and her friend. So we ended up just like staying at home, and I think we watched Bridgerton. I was trying to like distract my mom from the news. So then Saturday this was a fun day. That's a really cool shot of the Manhattan Bridge. So Saturday, my parents really wanted to see that Beatles exhibit at the Brooklyn Museum. So we did that, and then we had dinner at Fonda in Park Slope. And then we went to Court Street Pastry afterwards to pick up some desserts to bring to my in-laws tomorrow because we were going back to Bensonhurst for a special barbecue the next day. This was on the agenda for a while. I did get into a little tiff with my mom before we went to the museum, but it was all okay. So then, and sorry that this spread is like so shaky. So any of that rose gold little icons I'm using from that bundle from Plannahannah. So we found out yesterday while we were at my in-laws' house, we found this out. While we were at my in-laws' house, that's a Golden Girl sticker from the sticker party from the TV Thursday sale. Our neighbors were doing construction, and while they were they were fixing something in their house, I think they were getting cable, they messed with our own internet access, and so we had no internet in our home in North Carolina, which was not a big deal, except that we have all these security cameras inside of our house to like watch our cats, make sure they're okay. We had a cat sitter too. She took very good care of them, but it was like jarring, and then we had to contact our provider to come out and fix it, but we couldn't have them come out until Saturday, the following Saturday, because we weren't going to be home. So it was kind of a hot mess, but we did drive to my in-laws. My dad drove, and we had the most delicious meal. They had such good food with us. Oh my gosh, my in-laws make the best food. They use their fancy grill. I did try and prioritize some self-care, and we packed up all the pastries that we'd bought, and yeah, it was a crazy time because we were having fun, and then we found out that our internet was down, so that was a little bit of a hassle. So this is me just like adding some more New York fun to this spread. I really liked these street lights with all of the traffic signs. I decided to make my own washi using the stickers from the New York kit down below, just to cover it up, because I didn't have rose gold foil that would work with that kit, and I didn't want to leave it blank. But yeah, this was a really, really fun spread to make, and I love that one-way sign. And I just really enjoyed it. Mamma mia. Oh boy, I'm not really sure what that's about. Little $5 bill. There's some really random things in this kit, but I thought they were really cute. So anyway, I think overall that's everything. And yeah, you can see the full spread right now. Okay, so there you have it. This is the full spread. I think this looks really, really cute. I like the way that all of it turned out. I was able to use mostly rolled gold. I had a couple of little like silver dots here and there, but other than that, like, there you go. I had all this empty space, so I just decided to do that. But overall, like, this is pretty cohesive, and I'm pretty happy with it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will tease the next week. And actually, I should just tell you, this is the last week in this planner. So I have, for the first time ever in all of my planning stuff, have actually finished an entire year from start to end, every single week planned out in this planner. And that's a big accomplishment because last year I dropped the ball like significantly and I could not plan. I was so upset about the loss of my cat and like other life things that I just couldn't do it. So for me to like get back on the horse and then like be successful for an entire year is really, I'm like kind of proud of myself. So I'm not going to do a full planner flip through yet because there are certain things in here that I'm not ready to share with everybody, but my intention is to eventually do that. So that is my goal. Just to give you an idea, this is the full year's worth of stickers. I am going to be starting my new planner next week. This is what it looks like in the beginning. This is what it looks like now. So I'm hoping that this will eventually look as thick as this. But this is my new planner, and I will just tease what I'm going to be using for next week. So this is going to be a very foiled and very funky spread. So please stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Bye.